Once again, good morning, everyone. Thank you for this opportunity again to co-learn with leaders and managers in various departments, units, and responsibilities. We are not unaware of the environment we live today, tough, demanding, complex, and a lot of expectations are coming from the family, from the work, from the society, and from quite a number of complex environments. As we deal with these multiple demands and multitasking, how do we bring the best out of ourselves as individuals? How do we bring the best out of our team? How do we bring the best out of our system? Now, one of the most important instruments in becoming effective and efficient is the instrumentalization of time. Why? Time is a fleeting substance. It's a fleeting resource. It's a fleeting capital. It doesn't stay. It doesn't wait. It keeps rolling and going and rigmaroling. But so because of this uniqueness of time and its and its peculiarities, everybody needs to know, how do we utilize time? How do we optimize time? And how do we derive the most proficient and profitable deliverables out of time? To do that, I would like to share with you very briefly on productivity hack for managers. Number one, productivity. Number two, hack. And number three, managers. Now, when you look at that word productivity, it's for the word produce, product. And when you say produce, product, you simply mean to manufacture. You mean to conceptualize and turn into materialistic output. It could be services, it could be product, it could be tangible, it could be intangible. But you mean to give out results, to give out expectations. That is what you mean by productivity. And as we look at this productivity further, it has to do in this context with human. How can humans, how can managers, how can leaders, unit heads become more productive? That is, how can they turn out results, outcome, outputs, deliverables, whatever name you want to call it, whether in your personal life, whether at work, whether as a team, as a system, or whether as a family. And a hack, but you see, literally you mean to track, it means to monitor, it means to control, it means to pinpoint. That's what by hack means, to pinpoint, to hook, you hook it, hook this task, touch this task, bring this task under control, and then ensure that you align your expectations with the deliverables through what? Through instrumentalization of inputs that help you to track, to monitor, to hook, and then to align. And then managers. When you say managers, who are we referring to? It's from the word manage. To manage here means to control resources, to optimize resources, to bring out the best out of limited resources to get unlimited outcome. So when you say managers here, you mean people who lead others. They lead others, they control others, they manage others, they manage resources, they lead activities. Whether you are leading one person, two persons, three persons, whether you are leading a unit, a department, a whole entire system, whether you are even leading at home or at work, it doesn't matter. But what it does matter here is that you are in charge, you lead, you guide, you control, you coordinate, you supervise. According to Chester Bernard, he called it post-corp. So by that, you mean that you are planning. Managers plan. You plan for yourself, you plan for the team, you plan for the organization. You plan for the system, you plan for personnel, you plan for resources, you plan for so many things. You plan. You organize yourself, you organize your team, you organize resources, you organize. You also do what? You supervise. Why? You want to ensure that people are doing it and they're not just hibernating or hiding, but they are doing those things and they are putting those things into control, and the resources, personnel, people, team, whatever you bring, they are able to turn them into expectations. So you supervise them, you direct people, you direct them, go this way, go that way, touch this one, move this one, carry this one, send this one, upload this one, execute this one. You direct people. So as you look at this journey, you budget, you ensure that resources are enough, personnel are enough, because you will always have limited resources. Out of the limited resources to achieve unlimited outcomes, unlimited results, unlimited deliverables. So to do that, you need to budget. You budget for personnel, you budget for money, you budget for the limited resources so that in the end, you can achieve Productivity hack for managers. What are we talking about? Now, you see, when you talk about productivity, there are two instruments you are talking about: efficiency and effectiveness. Efficiency and effectiveness. Oftentimes, you see, we use efficiency for non-human. And you see, we are talking about maximum outcome we can bring out of tools, out of resources. You cannot say my car is effective. No, because it is not a human being. You say my car is efficient. You see, you can't say, oh, my generator is effective. No. We don't use that for non-human. You say, my generator is efficient. So what I'm talking about, it means it can give me higher quantum of expectations. But when you come to humans, the dynamics and the peculiarities and the fleeting uniqueness of people, you say effectiveness. Why are you talking about effectiveness? Because effectiveness is a subjective outcomes. It varies from persons to persons, circumstances to circumstances, uniqueness to uniqueness. So it means even if I give you 5%, it means I can give you 10%, I can do 20%, I can give more. It depends on how I'm able to co-create and put myself together and then deliver myself through what? Through the instrument of my abilities, my skills, my knowledge, my creativities, my innovations, my discipline, my competencies. So when you bring all those elements together, they help to bring out effectiveness in you. So whether you are talking about tools or you are talking about people, productivity centers on how we are able to maximize the outcome and the deliverables in both resources. Now, the reality of today has told us that we are confronted with reality. And it's a brutal fact. Why is it a brutal fact? It's undeniable. You can't say, no, it doesn't concern me. It does concern everybody. From the West to Africa. From manufacturing to services. From real estate to telecoms. So everywhere, from account to HR to IT to customer service to quality control to internal control to risk management, whichever profession you find yourself, from managers to supervisors to junior staff to executives, everybody is confronted with the reality of today. You can see that in global economy, you can see that in society, you can see that in businesses, you can see that even in the generational device we are confronted with. So what are the reality of today's business world? I need to tell you because we've discussed this over and over and over again. But you will understand that, you see, we are living in a global continent. When I say continent, I am not referring to the physical continent like Africa, like North America, like Europe, like Antarctica. I'm referring to the continent of interrelationship. You see, a global world. The world is not free. It's open from China to Africa to Asia to Europe. The world is free. And then globalization, commerce, technology, movement is without disparity. It's without limitation. It's without boundary. That is today's reality. The global world is disrupted. Life is disrupted. It is no longer new. You see a new world in an abnormal world. You see an abnormal world in a new world. That is the reality of today. You see remote work approach. You see, I am talking with you now. You are not seeing me. We are not seeing physically, but how are we able to interact? How are we able to discuss? Because the world has turned into another dimensions where we have brought the world very closer to our lap, to our faces, without having a physical interface. And the world is premised on the drive of IT, technology, architecture that facilitates conversations, interaction, relationship, businesses, and all other transactional activities, even including social interface across the globe. And then the world, as I say, because it is being driven by technology, it brings the world into a convergence of industries. They are coming together across boundaries. They are moving from Africa to Asia to Europe. That is the world. And there's growing technology. You can see that technology everywhere. If you don't have your cell phone with you, it's like you are dead. It's like you're not alive. It's like you're not having value. It's like you are useless. You are worthless. Why? Because the world has been brought together into one single box called the mobile device. That is the reality of today. And the world has come into a newest expectation, which is what? Sophistications of customers. You can see. The taste of these customers are very tasty. From even the youngest generation, Alpha generation, this one born in 2020s, 2000, you can see, and then to generation X or to generation baby boomer, or it is millennial, or it is Gen Z. You can see different generations with different expectations. And because they are different, they are also part of your customers with a different expectations. So they put pressure on the world of business. They put pressure on organizations, and they put pressure even on managers. I'm so happy that you also have some of them with you. So as a manager, you can see their pressures, their demands, their uniqueness. That is the reality of today. And then the world is evolving. Customers are now becoming co-creator. They are interested. It's not about manufacture anything. They tell you what to manufacture. They tell you how to manufacture. In the past, you can just manufacture any vehicle and then send across. But now, Toyota will not do that. Toyota will ask the Kojo, they will ask the Elizade, they will ask them, CFA Motor, what is the peculiarities of Africa? What kind of vehicle do you like in Nigeria? Say, okay, we want a bigger vehicle that has this because we like very flashy thing. That is the world we live today. People go to China and say, China, produce me this. It is no longer the way it used to be, where China mass produce anything and send out. No, people go to China and tell China, this is what we want to produce. These are the specifications. That is the world we operate today. The world has moved into competitive sophistication. And then distraction, social distraction, and then emerging market. So as you see the world, changing and moving and increasing, many things have changed in the world we live today. So how then do we operate as a manager, as a leader, as a father, as a mother, as a friend, as a sibling, as a single, as whatever you are? How then do we become effective and efficient in the midst of all these complexities and dynamics and political instabilities and global unrest? You must understand that as a manager, keeping track of multiple projects. When I say projects, I mean tasks, I mean duties, I mean responsibilities, I mean deliverables, expectations, and tasks can be challenging. Can be very challenging because many things at a time, you want this one, you want that one, this one is coming, that one is coming, and everybody is just asking expectation from you. So how do you go? Especially if you are feeling overwhelmed. Everybody is overwhelmed. You know, Ghana today is overwhelmed already because there are things to do. I have to send a report. You see that woman, she said, oh, I have to send a report to the MD. Everybody is overwhelmed. So at a time where multiple tasks are leaping and they are calling for your attention, you want to send, you want to press, you want to drive, you want to buy, you want to eat, you want to sleep. You know, you just want to say, what kind of world is this? How did you get to this world? So here are a few things you can do to help you become organized. You must be organized. When you are disorganized, you can have nothing. When you are disorganized, you cannot produce. When you are disorganized, you cannot get to the top. When you are disorganized, nothing can work. Home, family, health, career, finance, everything will go into critical curve. So I have been able to align some of these things to help you so that, you know, I also learned these things, so and I think I should also share with you. Number one, prioritize your task. You know why? Because tasks are inexhaustive. They can't finish. You can't finish them. You know, the more you do, the more they come. You do this one, another one comes, you do this one. So because of the inexhaustibility, the only solution is to prioritize your task. If you remember that time, I talked to you about a time quadrant. You know, what is urgent, what is important, what is important, what is urgent, what is not urgent, what is important, what is not important, what is not urgent, what is not urgent, what is not important. I talked to you about that one. And the essence of prioritization is to look at what are those things that are very important, but they're not urgent. Why? When you have urgency and importance at the same time, it's a state of confusion. It's a state of crisis. It's a state of firefighting. And it shouldn't be. It can happen. It can come. But that should not be a regular way of life. Because anybody who finds himself in, we call it quadrant one, is a confused person. And that is not a good way of living. Because it's going to be emotionally traumatized, mentally unstable, you know, everything around you disorganized, and you will never get the best out of you. So the next is what? Use a task management tool. As I said, we are in a tech world. And if you don't track yourself, you will forget 1,001 activities, 1,001 tasks, and it can be suicidal when important tasks are missed. Fourth, break down large tasks into smaller molecules. Manage them in chunks. You see, you cannot do everything at a time. I keep more than 5 diaries. 5 diaries. In fact, beside my bed there's a diary. Because sometimes as you sleep in the midnight, an idea comes to mind. If you don't track it down, it's gone. And you will struggle to recall. So I put it down and I learned it from many CEOs. You see, most of the CEOs I work with, I consult from many CEOs. I mean, more than 50 CEOs. And I work with them, I talk to them, I go to their houses, and I see the way they plan. They have diary. In fact, most of the CEOs I meet, before I get there, they have notes on their face, on their table, and they write down things they want to discuss with me. Hey, doctor, yes, this one. If you do not track, if you don't have a way of ensuring that your tasks are broken down into molecules, you will be firefighting. You'll be running without direction. And you will never be productive in your life, in your marriage, in your finance, in your health, in your career, in every area of your life. Then that's why you schedule regular check-in. Now, I'm going to show you what I do, and you can do the same thing for you. You see, time is fleeting. Time does not wait for you. It doesn't wait for me. It's running like energy. It's not stopping. So if you're going to track the best out of time, you must be able to track it. From the time you wake up 6 a.m. to the time or maybe 10 p.m., if you don't track each hour, somebody once says, master every minute to master your life. Because the time you have lost won't come back. But what you have done can be significant to a recovery of lost time and lost hours. Now, what I do is that from 6 to 7, from 7 to 8, from 8 to 9, from 9 to 10, up to the time I sleep, I annotate them. And I link them to my iPhone. And then my iPhone reminds me every 1 hour. Because most of them, they are hourly. Some of them, they are 3, 4, I group into 1 hour. So if I'm talking with you now and I'm supposed to do another task by 1, and this is 12:55, and I'm still talking with you, the moment it is 1, it will bring it up and say, Dotun, you are supposed to be calling so person. I'll say, oh, excuse me, Dotun, excuse me, James, excuse me, Amalayo, excuse me, Patience, I need to do something. If you don't control yourself like that, hey, you will spend 3 hours on things that are useless. You will spend 4 hours on meeting that should not last more than 40 minutes. To you, this meeting is sweet, but you are robbing other tasks. You are robbing other activities. If you run like that, you'll not be productive. So when you track that timing, you know what it will do for you? You will know at the end of the day, because it will tell you the number of tasks you have done successfully and the one you have not done. So maybe out of 10, you have done 5 successfully and you failed in 5. By the time the day is over, you will sit down. Why did I not achieve this remaining 5? Distractions, exigencies, indiscipline, laziness. You'll be able to adjust and say, okay, this is what is affecting me. I think I spent too much hours on this task. I shouldn't have done that. Then the last, but not the least, is delegate. Delegate. You can't do everything. So where it is possible, shift some tasks to other people. Give other people to do some other tasks so that you can focus on the big picture and finally take a break. What is the break? Rest, relax. And then when you do this thing, it will help you. I have detail of this thing, but because of time, if I want to spend time on them, we will not be able to finish it. So that's why, because the retirement is already gone already. But when you go through it, you will see, I put everything. Prioritize your task. Make a list of all the tasks you need to complete each day. Each day. Then prioritize them based on importance and urgency. This will help you focus on the most critical task and ensure that you don't neglect something important. Something important. On a daily basis, make sure that important things are not jettisoned. Important things are not buried. Don't put what is not important on top and put what is important at the bottom. You will fail. And that is very important and essential. It helps you to know how many time, how many hours, how many minutes you want to spend on your phone, on your Twitter, on your Facebook, on your Instagram, on others. Even in discussing with people. Do you know that sitting down and doing nothing also is wasting of resources? You can't just sit and say, well, I'm not playing, but you're not doing anything. So not doing the right thing is equal to playing. So if you go through this, as I said, because of time, we won't be able to go further. But go through this, you will see. I've outlined them, how you can use them, how you can break down large tasks, how you can use your task management tool. As I said, I have my own. I also mentioned on them here. They help you every single day. Your diary, your activities plan, your scheduling, your movement, you must track it. Because sometimes you're on the road. When you're on the road, what do? Your tracker will tell you that, okay, you are supposed to be doing this thing or doing this or doing that. And that is critical for productivity. Now, these are some of the hacking apps that can help you. Todoist is there. Microsoft To Do is also there. Trello is there. Google is there. Clipboard is there. And importantly, do you know that every phone has things to do? Notes, reminder, scheduler. It's on your phone. All you need to do is discipline yourself and plug it every day. Every single day. Let me tell you the truth. There is no public victory without private victory. Nobody wins in the public without winning in the private. If you're going to win in the public, you need to win in the private. That private means how you use your time and how you use yourself and what you do with yourself and what you do with your time and how you are able to struggle with challenges of life, how you are able to overcome issues, situations that are, confronting you, confronting your career, your finance, your health, and your family and everything about you. So it is important that you put all these things into use. And so these are the details about those tracker that you can use to ensure that you are putting yourself into important success on a daily basis. Now, what are the action? Action speaks. Plan every single day. Plan every single week. Plan every single month. Plan every single quarter. Plan every single half year. Plan every single year. Let me tell you the truth. There's a law of attraction. What you anticipate comes to you. What you what you expect happens to you. What you talk about and dream about and say and act happens to you. But what you don't talk about, what you don't think about, they don't always come to you. Why? Because we must be able to connect our soul into our deliverables. Your personal life, you want to do this, you want to do that, you want to achieve this one. If you're not planning it, if you don't say this is what I want to achieve as a person, and this is where I put it, and this is what I intend to achieve in the month of August, it doesn't happen that way. Because your plan propels you, pushes you, and compels you to begin to act in ways and manner that aligns with that action. You see, if you are a policeman, you dress like a policeman. That's what your plan does. Your plan takes you and puts you in the right pedestal and puts you in the right direction and make to behave and act and talk and walk and act and do things in alignment with what you have said. Discipline. You see, we must be able to discipline ourselves. Our mindset must be disciplined. Our action must be disciplined. Our thought must be disciplined. Our eyes must be disciplined. Every part of your body, physiological part, must be co-created. Discipline. And yet your anatomy, your thinking faculty, your mentality must be disciplined. Those who are not disciplined, they may be intelligent, they may be smart, but they will fail because they lack ingredients to make plan to work. And the last is execute. Don't just talk. Don't just write it down. Don't just say it's here, I have it. Don't just show anybody. Execute. Execution is the fundamental, is the basis, is the opium, is the final result of every planning. If you don't plan, you can't execute. If you don't plan, you can't be disciplined because your discipline is going to inch on your planning and your planning is going to inch on your execution. Execution face discipline, discipline face planning. Now, when you do that, what is the main focus? Focus on each day. You must ensure that you are not derailed by activities. Things can derail you. Children can derail you. Spouse can derail you. Situation can derail you. Circumstances, clients, friends, colleagues, subordinates, managers, superiors, executives, situations, bad mood, good mood can derail you. Anticipation, anxiety, happiness, joy, sad moments, they will come. We all experience them every day. But as I said, if you're not disciplined, they will weary you, they will take you off the radar, and in the end, you're just firefighting because you are not able to stand the ground and say, yes, there are issues and challenges and difficulties, but I will still stand and do this thing and make this thing happen. How did they come? Sometimes people say, you know what, because there's no light, that's why. If there's no light, okay, go and get solar. There's no, I don't have data. Okay, if you don't have data, go and borrow data. Because they will come. These limitations are part of life. And my office is not conducive. Okay, create a conducive for yourself. Because that is the only way to fight. That is the only way to deliver. If we keep giving excuses, support, and we're embellishing and polishing and decorating excuses, we'll have nothing. Set reminders. You see, do not write mechanical reminders. Put a reminder on your phone, on your computer, on your laptop. It will remind you. It will remind you. It is time. It's time to do this one. It will remind you what you're supposed to do at that point in time. That reminder cautions you. And say you are going off already. It cautions you. You are being excessive. It cautions you. Hey, you are not productive and active. And then measure what you did and what you couldn't do and why. If you have done it, at the end of the day, measure you. How did I do it? Learn from that. And if you didn't do it, why didn't I do it? Learn from that. We cannot allow each day to go without self-audit. So life audit is critical to help you to know whether, am I moving forward? In 2 days or 3 days, July will be over. You need to sit down. You will sit down and ask yourself, am I progressing? Am I succeeding? Am I moving forward? Am I derailing? Am I on course? Am I progressing in my life, in my career? Before I conclude, look at these three boxes. Number one, prioritize your task. Use tools for tracking progress. Break large tasks into smaller chunks. Schedule regular checks-in. Delegate tasks. Take break to maintain focus and productivity. You must understand that why are we talking about time management? Why are we talking about productivity? Don't forget productivity. Why is it productivity? Because it has an end. It has an objective. It has a goal. It has a connectivity. If your life, your career, your health, and everything about you do not co-create results, do not support results, do not bring out results, then there's a problem with you. And there's a problem with me. Because we have the mission mandate. So as a system, as an organization, your mission, you know why you exist. Because your mission is, why do we exist? So as a person, as a manager, why do you exist in this organization? What is the vacuum you are filling? As a man in your marriage, why do you exist in that marriage? As a woman in your marriage, why do you exist in that home? As a sibling, as a single, why are you on this planet? What are you here to do? So in the community, in the neighborhood, wherever, why are you here? What do you intend to achieve? You must be mission mandate. And that means, let's look at the first one. I will pick it from the list and I will come on. Number one, to achieve our vision, how must our people learn, communicate, and work together? Because you want to achieve a mission. How? Our people means you and others. Then go up to satisfy our customers, investors, and mission. What are the consultancy services must we exert? When I say consultant, you say, I am not a consultant. I mean, you are consulting you to give value. My day is consulting you. So your consultation in terms of value you are giving the organization. Value you are giving each department. Value you are giving your spouse, your in-laws, your siblings, your colleagues, your neighbors. The world as a whole. They consult you for solutions. And then go back to that place before you reach the client, the financial. To achieve our vision, how must we look to our clients? How do they want to see us? Productive, collaborative, integrative, shared mindset, efficiency, effectiveness. That's what we want to see. And finally, if that happens, see, if we succeed, because we will succeed. When we have mission mandate, we will succeed. When we are able to activate our time and planning and we are productive, we will succeed. How are we going to look financially to our investors? We look great. We have financial growth and success. So connecting business to productivity. This is what happened. Number one, there will be leadership from the top. It starts with you. It starts with me. If managers are not productive, if managers are always dilly-dally and the day goes, they are just running up and down from place up to pole, and then they magnify one task. Some people, just one task like this, they will magnify it and abandon every other thing. Life does not run that way, but it's a system. So if the eyes is working and the nose is not working, if the nose is working and then the nerves are not working, there will be no wholeness in the body. So you must be disproportionate the entire activity so that you don't hurt one at the expense of the other. So it starts from you. Create the climate for change through time and productivity. Create common focus for change activities in your department. Relate, realize, rationalize, and align to the organizational focus. That's how it works. And then it gives you number two. Make strategy everyone's job. Because we have to connect what you have achieved, what you have said what to do with the strategy, with the focus, with the intentionality, with the deliverables, with the expected results. And then unlock and focus hidden assets. When I say hidden asset, I'm not referring to money. I mean people, networking, collaboration, working together, building together. So you see, you formulate, you navigate, you execute, and you communicate. And what happens makes strategy a continuous process in delivering productivity every single day. If you do this, whether in your personal life, whether in your finance, whether in your health, whether in your relationship with one another, you become effective and productive. And in the end, you will succeed. Thank you.